I don't know if you guys know this, there's this little game, it was called Club Penguin. It's so underrated and low-key. Only the real ones know about it. And the real OGs know that back in the day, Disney made Club Penguin, but then shut it down in 2017. And this was actually the direct reason that a bunch of fan-made Club Penguin servers popped up everywhere. And that takes us to today, when 3 people were arrested over goddamn Club Penguin Rewritten, a fan-made server that was actually getting pretty popular. Now, before we get any further, for those who need an intro, howdy, Synoptic here, welcome back to an all new video. This may just seem like a random ass Club Penguin video, but this shit goes deep. So there's an actual Club Penguin like rabbit hole going down for all these fan-made servers. There's more goddamn controversy around these Club Penguin fan-made servers than Dream himself, and that motherfucker is swimming in controversy. As I mentioned, there's people that got arrested, there's also people that were involved with running the servers that were arrested for CP. Yeah, you know, the bad stuff. I'm not talking about the abbreviation for Club Penguin. There were even large amounts of people going on to Club Penguin to date and fuck. That's right, Club Penguin e-sex was like an actual thing. Dude, my neighbors probably think like, what is this guy talking about? What is wrong with him? But of course, before jumping straight into the Club Penguin rabbit hole, we have to understand where everything started and how it all began. Club Penguin started in 2005 as a virtual world MMO game where kids had a little penguin. They could like drip him out, get him tons of clothes, get him these things called puffles, and then just like play games and chat with other penguins. The game made a ton of money. It was later bought by Disney for $700 million, and that's kind of when the downfall of Club Penguin happened. As the years went by, there became less and less players. Club Penguin just had tons of these sponsored events. It's pretty much what's happening to like Fortnite. And with the player base declining, Disney wasn't happy at all, and they were also looking for new alternatives to virtual world gaming. So in 2017, Disney pulled the plug on Club Penguin. They said, fuck you guys, fuck all the players, we're gonna go make a Club Penguin mobile game. That mobile game didn't last, but Club Penguin itself was the shit. Like personally, I remember having like a ton of puffles, a dripped out house, a dripped out penguin. There was this super fun game where you could like catch coffee bags and try to like watch out for anvils. It was the stuff back in the day. Of course, when Club Penguin was shut down, there were a ton of people that were frustrated and they just wanted to relive their childhood memories. And so the internet was riddled with Club Penguin fan-made servers. These servers were actually pretty stable. Like there were tons of players that would go into the game. It was pretty much Club Penguin all over again. It was a really nice nostalgia trip and it was really fun to be back on the island until you started communicating with the other penguins and noticing what kind of players were on the game. The moderation was horrible. There were some of the most vile things in the world said. If you were a kid playing a fan-made Club Penguin server, you probably knew like every single slur in the dictionary at like age 7. There were no chat filters at all. Usually people would just say stuff and they would get banned every once in a while if there was a moderator. Let's be real, these servers were ran by grown men in their 20s. They do not care about moderation in Club Penguin. Now, don't get me wrong, the game was fun, but it became a cesspool of internet toxicity. An interesting thing is that it actually had over 8 million users on the site in the last like 2-3 years. The specific Club Penguin server is called Club Penguin Online. That was actually shut down in 2020. So there was bad moderation in that server, but there was also a guy that was part of the server that had tons of like child abuse pictures, and there are people even saying that he had CP. So clearly there were some pretty weird people involved with Club Penguin's fan-made servers. And it's pretty easy to understand why, because these like websites attracted a ton of children. You know, kids love goddamn Club Penguin. So the guy associated with the site was later arrested but released on bail. And Club Penguin Online basically had to release a statement saying, Disney told us we're in trouble, we gotta dip, you know, the party is over. And I can tell that Disney was probably so mad because not only did they fumble the bag twice with Club Penguin and then Club Penguin the mobile game, but people were straight up just doing what they couldn't and having an active community for a game. After shutting down Club Penguin Online, Disney stated, child safety is a top priority for the Walt Disney Company, and we are appalled by the allegations of criminal activity and abhorrent behavior on this unauthorized website that is illegally using this Club Club Penguin brand and characters for its own purposes. Disney doesn't care that children are getting groomed, they're just triggered that Club Penguin's trademark is being used and they can't use it themselves because they failed at it. $700 million thrown out the window for a continuously declining site that actually could have been alive for so much longer. Club Penguin could have been the next goddamn Roblox if they really worked on it enough. Going back to how bad the moderation was in Club Penguin Online, since the moderators never cared, there were tons of people just going on there, finding other penguins to, text and doing the funny. How many Redditors and Discord mods do you guys think went on Club Penguin and were like,
dude, I just got a Club Penguin e-girl, dude. She told me to meet me at her igloo at 5 p.m. sharp. We're gonna get down and dirty.
But even after Club Penguin Online was shut down, there were still so many contenders to the Club Penguin throne. Club Penguin Rewritten was a fan-made server that popped up right after Club Penguin originally shut down. This was actually one of the better servers. It was a bit more tame and calmer. And over the course of its almost 5-year run, it had 10 million users. And a really cool feature about Club Penguin Rewritten was that it gave every single player all of the items. You didn't need to buy anything. Because for those who don't know, back in the day, Club Penguin had this online premium membership you'd have to get. And with this membership, you'd get tons of exclusive benefits, free clothes that other players can't get, all that good stuff. You'd also have a nice shiny gold Club Penguin premium badge on your profile, so all the chicks would see you and go,
"Oh my god, he is so dreamy and hot, he should be my penguin sugar daddy."
So Club Penguin Rewritten in a way gave this premium membership to everybody because everybody would have access to every single item. Even though Club Penguin was fan-made, it actually ran pretty well. There were always active servers and there was a list of a few of them that you could join. But sadly, the story of Club Penguin Rewritten was not a happy one. 3 of the people involved with running the servers in London were actually arrested a few days ago. They've recently been released to aid with the investigation because for those who don't know, Disney does not like when people use their copyrighted content. The funny thing is that when you try to access the Club Penguin Rewritten site, the site has been taken over by the City of London police. I was actually wondering, how many kids do you guys think tried to log into Club Penguin Rewritten and then thought that they were being arrested? Because as a kid, I'd probably shit my pants being like, what? The site got taken over by the police? Goddamn. There's a few theories going around why the site got shut down because it was up for 5 years and Disney didn't do anything. But one of the Club Penguin Rewritten moderators actually stated that running a game like this costs money, therefore ads were placed on certain parts of the game. We, or at least I, assume that's how Disney got us. Honestly, as always guys, Disney is the big bad, and I'm just gonna go watch the best movie of all time, Morbius.